Well, hello and welcome to the Cool JDM show, streaming live on Pacific Coast Auto.
But Abs,
what up?
Just how cool is it?
Man, so cool I describe it as frigid, cooler than a penguin soaking in an ice bath.
Damn, that's cool.
Yep, you're right about that. Cooler than a Fonz, fixing an appliance with nothing more than a smack to the side of it. I'm talking cooler than cool, cooler than a February cannonball into a pool. So cool, indeed, so cool that it's cold.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Cool JDM show.
Hello, everybody. This is Derek Weldon and the Cool JDM show, streaming live from Pacific Coast Auto. And we are here in the office. We have people behind us bidding on Japanese cars right now. But the two of us got to relax in front of the microphones because 19 people per episode want to watch us.
That is true. Yeah.
You know, it is a little bit of a joke with Mighty Car Mods, right? There's so few people that watch us, and then they continue that on, right? Mm-hmm. But 19 people is the amount of concurrent viewers we had on our very first episode of this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
19, so no lie.
At the moment, we are averaging on like 36 to 45.
Yes, that's not nothing.
We're growing. We're growing.
All right, and so we have me, of course, in every episode till the day I die, and we also have Maximilian Scheffler here as the co-host.
Yes.
For your fifth time, right?
I don't know.
Thank you. Fifth time.
And we have the guy that you hear furiously typing.
Are you talking about Grant?
Yeah.
Okay, Grant, say what's up.
Hi, what's up? Sorry.
Grant actually has a ton of auctions. He said that throughout the time that we're doing the live stream, he has plenty of auctions, so he might be a little bit distracted.
Yes.
We also have Mike in the background. He's here for next week and the week after, and then he is out of PCA. He is running back with his tail between his legs back to New Zealand to try to get a grown-up job. Okay, so today's episode, we've got a ton of fun topics. We do have a quiz today because people said that they liked the quiz, and we are trying out a little bit of a new format for the quiz. So we'll see how that goes. Max has been frantically putting that together, and it seems like it's going to be all sorts of fun. So get ready for that. The quiz requires you to log in with another device. So if you are watching this on your phone, maybe change over to a TV or a computer because you get to answer on your phone.
Yeah.
So you'll have the question in the show, and then you answer on the phone, and then we'll show the results. And there is some chance that this goes sideways because it is our first time trying to do this. Yeah. And I think that with the delay, there might be a little bit of a thing.
If everything works, it's much better than me doing an Excel file
in the chat like we did last time.
So you don't need to use your phone to vote. You can use it in a different tab. It's like Jackbox games, yes.
Which is good, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that works, and if it's
good, we'll continue doing it.
Yeah,
right. So the rest of the show's itinerary will be an official Nissan hearse. It is not just a Toyota Crown hearse or something like that. It's a Nissan blank hearse coming up for auction this week. You can buy it, and it is amazing. You're going to want to see that one. Mm-hmm. After that, actually, this isn't in any particular order, but the next thing on my list is how to fix your money problems by buying a new car. And I have figured everything out for you guys. The economy at the moment is not doing so well, and so you can buy a car and fix all your problems by doing that. We have a super explanation of the auction sheet marks.
Yes.
Now,
that's the main thing.
And this is killer because there isn't a ton of great information on what a U1 actually means in terms of pictures. So we're going to show you that kind of stuff.
So it's about the auction damages, the ultimate guide.
Super ultimate guide.
Super.
And then we have a super quiz for auction sheet marks afterwards. So we'll quiz you right away to see if you could keep things in your short-term memory, I suppose. And then we'll talk about a PCA staff battle to the death that is happening this Friday. We'll give you an update next week on that.
To the death?
Yeah, I didn't tell you about that, but it is to the death. So whoever loses actually dies, and then, yeah.
Okay, so if I'm not here next week, you know.
Yeah, but you're not going to lose. And then the wonderful world of Nissan Cube customizations. I realize we've got some interesting Nissan stuff. I feel so sorry for Nissan. Nissan is such a company with such great history, and is just like the butt of the joke. They're the Nickelback of car companies at the moment.
Mm.
which sucks because like there is potential there. There's so much great cars in the past. All the current ones just not suck.
Yeah.
So we'll jump into the show now with the first segment, the industry talk, which is the ultimate guide to damage reports at Japanese auctions, in brackets, exporters explain. That is our official
That
title.
is our
That's
title.
what I'm going with.
Yeah.
So why are we talking about this? Well, I came to the realization that, actually, I have long known the realization that a ton of people see the sheets, and they see all the markings on the sheets, and then they look at the pictures side by side. Here's a picture of the car, and here's the auction sheet. And so the focus goes on the car. If the car looks good in the picture, people ask for a translation and go ahead and bid on that car and buy it. And then they go, what's all this rust on the side of the car? And you look at the sheet, and there's a big fat C2 mark, which of course means rust, on the side of it. And the funny thing is, people trust the pictures more than they really should. A picture really can hide scratches and dents very easily, especially when it's in low resolution, or even when it's not in low resolution. Like we shoot 10 megapixel photos.
12 and a half.
12 and a half megapixel photos. You still can't really see a lot of the scratches and dents on the wide picture of the car. So you have to make sure that you don't trust that. Instead, you should be trusting the marks on the sheets. But how can you do that if you don't know what a U2 is, or a Y2, or a P3, or W2, or an AU3, or an AU2,
Or an
or
H3.
or the Japanese letters?
Yeah, like Pikachu. Sorry.
It's an inside joke. Max is trying to make everyone enjoy the show by sharing inside jokes.
It is, what we're talking about, a direct continuation from last week's show.
Which was kind of by accident. I felt like last week's show was a little bit dry. Like, it's great information for those that are looking to buy cars, but when the information is too great, the entertainment focus can go down a little bit. And we want this show to be a little bit of both, right?
Yeah.
Fun to watch, but also going to educate you.
Yeah.
Educational.
And the chat can make this more fun. So do funny wordplays and jokes in the chat. It's always fun. I don't know.
We are relying on our chat to make this more interesting.
No, we're
for
not
you because we
relying.
don't
It's
trust
enhancing the
ourselves.
experience.
Okay, 1 second.
Is it caffeine? Is it caffeine?
It is this time, yeah. That was my first sip of the caffeinated coffee too, and so we haven't even got the effects yet.
Okay, so throughout
But
the
today
show.
is a busy day because right after this I've got like 30 minutes for lunch, and then an interview, and then the meeting, the company-wide monthly meeting.
Yeah.
And so
It's
it's
a
going to be a
busy
lot
day.
of me talking. So I thought the caffeine might be required.
Okay, let's get
Okay,
into
so
it.
let's see if we can get an auction sheet up onto the screen. You can just pull up the one that's from our website.
Which is right here. We briefly visited that website last week.
Okay, now this page, if you haven't read it to its completion all the way to the very last letter, you really should be doing that because I was just reading it today and I'm like, man, we are so good at writing information that the customer needs to know. Look at the auction sheet here. You can see a lot of little marks on the little car diagram. You can see an A1 and a P with some Japanese on there and some A's and U's, U1, W2, and things like that. When you're determining the condition of the car, you need to be focusing on that, trying to tell what those marks mean. And so, A3, W2, U1, if you see those, how well can you picture in your mind what that actually looks like? Now, I'm pretty good at it.
You've also seen like thousands of cars and compared them to the auction sheet.
Right. And that comes to my next point, which is really great. A lot of people have gained an awful lot of knowledge about this by watching the videos that are on this channel, right?
Yes.
Because I will show you, here's the auction sheet, and here's what that looks like on the car. There really isn't anywhere else that you can get that breadth of information on the internet, and that is what we are here for. Isn't that right,
Yeah.
Max?
Yeah.
The sad part is not everybody who wants to buy a car wants to spend the next 250 hours of their time going through those videos to determine. I suspect you do have to not just watch one video, you have to watch a lot of them to get a comprehensive idea of what the marks
Yeah.
actually mean.
Yeah.
Because a U2, that can vary. A U2 is a dent, could be this big, could be that big. right? It's double the size.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing goes with A1, A2, A3, and stuff like that. And so we are hoping to give you that knowledge in today's show.
We have prepared pictures for each of the damages to the best of our abilities and time.
Okay, so why don't we get scroll down a little bit, and this is just going to be your cheat code here.
This was last week.
Down.
And
Stop.
here we are today.
Okay, so we've got the markings here: A, U, W, Y, S, C, X, X, and X. These are your common marks.
Did you know that U2 was also a band?
Scroll down to the next part.
Okay.
Here are some less common ones, but you'll still see them from time to time. B, F, P, H, and E. Probably P and E are the two common ones. P is paint damage, paint peeling, paint drips, mismatched paint, that sort of thing. Spray paint.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll back up again, and we'll just go by these one by one. So A, something you'll find on pretty much every sheet. A is a scratch or a chip. It can be A1, A2, or A3, depending on the severity. So it's like A1, A2, A3, basically.
Or the amount, not just the
Sure.
length, but the amount.
Or the severity of it. So if it's like a really deep but short scratch, it still might get an A2 or an A3 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep in mind, we will be going through some examples to show actually what that means. For now, I'm just explaining it.
Then we're gonna test you. So, right.
And get your phones ready, because there was a little bit of a concern that not enough people that are watching the show are actually going to scan the QR code and do it, because like if you're watching on your phone, you can't scan the QR code, right?
Yeah,
And
but
so if you
there's
are
also-
interested in doing the test, please do it, because I'm quite interested in how this
it's gonna be
turns
so much
out.
fun. Yeah.
If we have like several hundred people viewing, like maybe sometime in the distant future,
Mm-hmm.
these sorts of things are a lot easier to put together, because we can just assume that, if even 10% of the people that are watching do it, there's still enough people to make it fun.
Yeah.
But we only have 19 people watching. And if only 10% of 19 do it, then we've got 1.9 people that are going to be doing the test. And then you'll automatically win. And we don't have enough money to bribe everyone with prizes if you win. And so it's just going to be bragging rights, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot going on in the chat at the moment.
Yeah, I'm taking screenshots for the Q&A later.
We didn't mention that, but Q&A at the end of the show. And we might have to shorten the show a little bit so I can have a longer than 30-minute lunch today.
James fixes things. Hey there, Derek and Max. I was just browsing for a video showing what a W3 actually looks like for a buyer, and saw you were live streaming this exact topic. Are we vibing or what?
Yes, actually,
Yes,
I am
we
right
are.
in your mind. James fixes things. I can go right in. Kind of a weird sound effect.
Yeah.
Okay, go on to the next one. A dent. Dent can be U1, U2, or U3, and some auctions will do a U4 for an extremely large one. If you see a U3, you can just assume that's the biggest dent you can get. That's not a car accident,
Yeah.
right? U3, about this big. U2, about that big. U1, really about that big.
Yeah, it's like the typical someone pressed a little dent into your door when opening.
Like hit the door with another door.
Yeah, but without paint damage or anything.
Right. Or,
I do
or
have
like
a
a
picture
hail
f-
dent.
Hail dent is the...
Well, I mean, hail dents can be pretty nasty.
Yeah.
They're
But hail would be E.
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
It depends on the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a
absolutely.
picture for a U4 on a K truck where the entire roof is...
Those K truck roofs are made of the thinnest metal. All you have to do is breathe on them and they'll.
Nice.
Okay, W is repaired or repainted. Basically, it's just repainted, and repaints in Japan can be kind of nasty. U1, no problem. U2, sometimes is bad. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you can bring it back fairly easily. Depends on your skill and how bad it actually is. W3, I would say, get into that assuming you're going to have to do some repainting.
Yeah.
Y is a crack. It's usually Y1 or Y2. I don't think I've seen a Y3. If there is one, it's pretty rare.
In the ones that I've looked through, I've not seen any.
And these damages are commonly on bumpers because, low car life. Crack your bumper. Side skirts, you'll find them. Rear bumpers.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you'll find them on something like body filler is used around where to fix rust, and then that
Mhm.
body filler is cracked.
Yeah.
So like around the
Yeah.
rear wheels, for example. Speaking of rust, we have 2. This is a little bit of a point of annoyance for me and confusion for the customers. S and C both kind of mean rust. S is rust and C is the Japanese word for corrosion, meaning it has been eaten. They actually use the Japanese kanji for eat as part
sabi,
of right for fushoku. The shoku is we were just talking about this, right? Shoku, like shokudo. Yeah. Eaten car. So rust typically is a little bit lower and C is a little bit worse. But then there's also the level grade though. So there's S1, S2, C1, C2. You'll sometimes see C2 whole or C3 for really, really bad rust. For the most part, you see a C1, C2 on the sheet. Over 90% of the customers are like, I don't want rust on my body when I'm buying a new car. So you would just write off that sheet. So whether you understand the severity of that rust or not, just go away from something that's rusty unless it's a car like a Honda City Turbo 2 and you know you can't otherwise get one that's not rusty, or a 1972 Corolla 11.
I wonder who that one has.
They're cars that are on my mind, man.
I went, just a compliment to the customers. I went through all of the cars that we've bought this year and last year that were YouTube okay, checked all of the auction sheets of them, and maybe even none of them had C marks on them. So customers really don't want to buy corroded cars.
I think too, because we got a lot of customers from Canada and the USA. If you come from those countries, especially like the northern parts of the USA, then you know how much you don't want to deal with rust. And then you get a car from Japan that even if it does say it's got some rust on it, you bring it in, and if you're used to northern rust, it's like nothing, like in comparison. And
evolutionary foot ventilation.
My first car, no joke, holes in the bottom of the car so big that you could drop a can of Coke through them.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. And every time that you drove in the rain, you're getting wet shoes. We eventually cut those floors out and welded in panels, and it was a lot better. But it was, James, right? Our friend James. It was his first job ever welding for somebody, so it was done as an apprentice welder, and he is much better now than he used to be.
Did you ever get danger to manifold after that?
It was exactly like that. It was that size of, this big of a panel had to be welded in there. Yeah. 1972 Mini, basically made out of rust.
Oh, James Fixes Things is James.
Yeah, but not the same James.
He said it's me.
Is it? Really?
Hi.
Then, hi, James.
Okay, let's get on with the topic.
And nice to see you in. Very nice to see you. I didn't know that he even had a YouTube channel, so now I'm going to check it out. James, if you do YouTube videos, we can talk about that. We can do a collab. You can come to Japan. You can fix. We can buy a Mini and you can fix the floors in an actually well-done way as a way to reclaim the mistakes of your youth. Not saying anything against that. I loved the fact that I had a floor pan in the car.
Oh, yeah.
No complaints whatsoever. Okay, back on track here. XX means replaced and X means broken or needs to be replaced. This has a little bit of an overlap with Y. You'll often see a front bumper will say X, and that will mean that it's got a pretty nasty crack on it.
Well, windshield.
Windshield would also be a crack too, and an X on a windshield will mean a crack, which is usually about this big and doesn't really need to be replaced, but it's good to know that it's got that on there just in case. And yes, we can get the windshield replaced here in Japan if you want to before export. On to the next ones. So B is a little bit weird. It's basically the same as U. All of these years I've been doing this, I can't really tell what the difference is between a B and a U.
I think the Honda auctions use B.
And some auctions use both. And I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? Technically, it means bent more than dented, but bent metal is dented. So
maybe it's bent plastic. But yeah,
I mean,
speculation.
I don't think I've ever seen it as bent plastic. And I have seen dented plastic.
Yeah, okay.
F is faded. You'll see this pretty commonly. F and P sometimes have some overlap. P can be faded paint, but it's not necessarily faded. And so you get what I'm saying here, right? Like, this can be confusing to people who just read everything and they're like, what does this all mean? And so hopefully you can understand better when you see the actual pictures of actual cars that have this actual damage, because we have a wealth of that sort of information. We probably have more pictures of fingers than anyone ever.
Yeah,
'Cause,
pointing at damages.
We were looking at the collage of pictures that you made, and everyone has a finger pointing to where the damage is, right?
I was trying to not just use Google Images, but actual pictures of our reports that you get when
What
you
a
purchase
great
a car.
idea, right? Who else is doing this? Is Japan Car Direct doing this?
Is B4 doing this? Are we dropping names now? Is that a thing? Like,
I don't know. Somebody on Reddit the other day, I answered their question, and they're like, wow, you seem really knowledgeable. Do you think I should buy from Japan Car Direct? And then I was like, I'm actually a car exporter, and I'd love to give you a recommendation, but I don't want anyone to know who my personal Reddit is, because I don't want anyone going in there finding out all the things that I'm saying as the company owner, right?
Yeah.
None of it's bad. I just don't want people to be like, wow, this guy really, really likes Smash Bros.
Nice.
I also believe I've been outed a few times. I think that I have this kind of feeling like I've said things on there that people can piece together to be me. So if you go on Reddit, you can probably find me.
Jacob's finger is very well documented.
That
Sounded weird in hindsight.
I will say my finger is more documented than Jacob's. He's just got the newer pictures.
Yeah.
He's got the fresh finger too. My finger's starting to look like old man finger. Okay, why don't we take a look and see what we got? And then we should do a quiz of, is it Derek's finger or Jacob's finger?
No. So here is the gray boxes mean that I didn't find images that we can put here, but we can explain more just because of time and preparation.
Okay, so you'll see that on the x-axis there is 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yep.
Wait, is that X or Y?
That is X.
That is X, right?
Yeah.
And the
Y,
yeah.
you know what? Y has it goes down further.
Yeah.
So it's the
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you. That solved a problem I've been having for years.
5th grade solutions to modern day
Should have
problems.
gone to 5th grade. And you'll see on the y-axis, A, U, W, C, S, X, X, X,
Okay.
P, H.
Why?
Let's go to the top, and we'll go through these one by one. And pay attention.
Wait a
'cause
second.
This is on the quiz.
Grego, surprised you don't have one of these Japanese finger pointing sticks. You know, the little like extended.
Yeah.
Should
that
we
they use
introduce
on
that
Japanese TV.
instead of using Jacob's finger just like that?
I think that would be mega annoying to hold in your hand while you're shooting.
Also true. Yeah.
The camera, you guys can't see how big the camera is, but it's a hefty boy. It's like 3 kilograms or something like that.
So it's like,
Yeah, you can hold it in one hand if you've got Jacob wrists, but if you've got my little wrists like this, I've given myself like carpal tunnel syndrome by doing too many reports because the camera's just so heavy.
I know.
A1.
Here. It's very small.
There you go.
That is A1.
A1 can, let's go back, can be a little bit bigger than that. You will see
Yes.
it a little bit bigger, but this is a real life example of what the sheet said A1 and what we found on the car. So don't discount the information that you find here. That's also a Jacob finger. Or is it a Derek finger?
This is A2.
And in my mind, that one is a heavy A2. That's bordering on A3. The scratches themselves are fairly shallow, but they go down through the base paint. So to fix it, you have to repaint. You can see it looks like somebody tried to polish it out too and failed miserably. But that is absolutely something that could be an A2.
Or it could be just one scratch that goes deeper, right?
Sure.
A3.
An A3 being the biggest in most cases. Of course, there is an A4 as well, but many auctions cap out at 3, so just assume that 3 is the largest. So you can see really deep, hefty scratches, lots of them covering an area that's probably about this big in this picture.
Yeah. It's the front bumper. Yeah.
A3, front bumpers are where most of your A3s are going to be because roads here are really tight and sometimes right at like 90-degree angles. and people think that they got it and they don't. So
Yeah.
hitting the front bumper in the corner is pretty common here.
And then A4, and this is a bit of a stretch because there's multiple things going on, but maybe you can explain.
This
This
one
is
here
not
was like
USS.
an A4 with a P on the side too, right?
Could have been, in my opinion. So, takeaway, things can be combined.
Right. And so an A3 or AU3 is an A3 plus a U3. And you'll see this with A2U3, A1U3.
Yeah. So this is not USS. I believe this was JU.
Right.
And,
And
they
then like
sometimes go up to 4.
you'll see what I mean here. The U3, those two pictures, the U3 and the U4, pretty much look the same, right?
Yep.
In terms of severity. There's just extra paint on one of them.
Okay.
Can you tell which cars these all are? Let's not get into it, actually. We got a show to do.
This is like the Corolla station wagon. This is that's the V class. C63 AMG. But
you know
also
what these
just
actually
because
came from? Because you cut these pictures out.
Yeah. It's not like I could tell that this is a C63 AMG from this picture.
I would have gotten them all wrong, I think.
This
What?
is the
Say-
band.
No. All right. Double jokes. A U1.
It's fingernail size.
That's pretty representative of what a U1 is.
You can judge how good I selected the images for this. U2.
And with dents, it can be a little bit tricky to see the size of them in pictures. And that's why when we do the reports in the cars, you get a full side panel check video, which is about 3.5 minutes of us going up to the dents and panning the camera around them so that you can see a live version and the reflections change on them.
Yeah.
We also will get pictures of them, hence you'll see them here, but only for extra recording because sometimes you want the damage in picture form and sometimes in video form.
This is from a Honda auction. They
That
labeled this as
almost
a U2.
looks like a U1 actually.
Yeah.
So U2 can absolutely be a little bit bigger than that.
And maybe you can agree or disagree with this. What I found when going through all of the things is that from a U2 onwards, usually there is also a scratch documented.
So what you're saying is if the damage is big enough to dent it a lot, that whatever hit it also scratched it.
Yeah. That was my feeling. From your experience, would you agree?
I was just pretending to ask that question actually.
Okay.
You know how interviewers do that? They'll ask a question they know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the Mighty Car Mods. Will this fit in my Honda?
Yeah. I don't have a picture for U3,
A3. U3?
Yeah.
U3.
but this is the U4 that I was talking about.
And that could very well be a U3 as well.
Yeah, so this is like, this part here is completely dented in.
Yeah. And the reason why we don't have a U3, some of the pictures in here, is just because an hour before the show, I was like, hey, Max, can you put this together for me? And he was like, I think so.
Yeah, but
With more time, you could have put together more.
yeah,
But
I spent yesterday preparing most of the pictures, but this was quite quick.
okay, so a U4 or a U3.
So this is a W.
Repaint, just like dents, you're not going to really understand the severity of it without having a video. So I think, Max, you selected some good pictures for the W.
It's hard to tell. Like this, for example, you can see just the tiniest of roughness.
And every car manufacturer has different qualities of paint from
Yeah.
factory, and some of them look pretty bad when you start to actually look. So W1, it wouldn't bother me whatsoever if it had a W1 in it, if the car was old enough. The problem with anything that's repainted is that whatever has been repainted is going to now fade or peel at a different rate from the rest of the paint. So if it's like a brand new paint or it has been painted recently, you can kind of keep up the facade of it being the same color by keeping the paint in good condition. But if you are not like waxing the car or you're not like ceramic coating the car, over time you're going to get some
Which is what's
blend lines and stuff
starting
like
to
that.
happen with mine. And I'm thinking about, what should I do now?
Right.
Okay, W2.
That's a really good example too.
Like above here, You can see the orange peel.
Is it just me, or did they rebuild that entire line?
It didn't say on the sheet.
It wouldn't say on the sheet. Like that kind of sloped section there doesn't look like it curves down at a perfect curve. So it looks like it might have been rebuilt off of a dent right on the back.
That's bondoed.
Yeah, that's my take as well, that it's been bondoed, but with only one picture, the reflections might be playing games.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a telltale sign of Japanese paint.
Craftsmanship. What's that word for the always improvement that Toyota is always talking about?
Kaizen?
Kaizen? Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's that, but
yeah, this is Japanese Kaizen. They were just joking the whole time. It's actually to try to get more efficient over time.
It's also not as Kaizen as everyone says. It's just a word for improvement, nothing more.
Yeah.
And people make it a bigger deal than it is.
Right.
W3, and this is just another
good example. That's another good example. Paint that hasn't been prepped properly is the biggest problem with W3, I would think, or drips, like paint drips. Like gross.
Rattle can spray paint that drips because you have never painted before, and we're just like, one layer will do.
Or contamination, like there was debris on it before painting. In this case here, I don't really know what that is. It kind of looks like slag from body filler that they were just like, whatever. It frustrates me to no end. Like, I always want to do a good job at whatever I'm doing. I couldn't imagine having a job where something like this is the end product, and I think that I can go home and sleep well at night.
Yep.
So
but you also don't know if this person had, for example,
a quarter of their brain missing.
We don't have all the pictures here. I would have liked to have all the pictures here, but time was a constraint. Maybe that person didn't have time to do something. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But of course, it's not a good job. So.
Are we? You're like insinuating that we should be saying the same thing about you with not getting all the pictures together here, and it's not a good job.
Yeah, I'm not doing a good job here. That's for sure.
Next time, I'll give you 45 minutes, and we'll see if you can do it, Max.
Okay. C.
Okay, so C, for one, probably skip anything with C on it. This picture here looks like, that's not a big deal. I can deal with that. Unless it's a classic car, unless you're looking at something like a 40-year-old Corolla, for example, that you know it's going to have rust problems, just avoid the rust. If it's already rusting on the body like this, it's going to have other rust in the engine room or on the underside or part of the frame. Just avoid it. This is on either a Skyline or a Stage A, isn't it?
It is a Skyline.
Because that's where they rust.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, they rust underneath the mirrors.
This is a C1.
And that's also a minor C1. C1 often is worse than that.
Yeah.
And to properly fix it, you have to go much wider than that. The rust, that's probably gone all the way through the metal.
Would you say that a C in comparison to S, a C would already have like a hole, or very weak structure, and S is more like surface?
Yeah, but again, there's some overlap. Like, you showed me these pictures before the show, and I was like, that's an S1.
And then I was like,
but then it turned out to be a C1.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, there's absolutely a lot of overlap between the S and the C.
Question on topic: is Hokkaido the worst for rusted cars?
Yes, Hokkaido is way worse than you think it is. You think Japan is roughly like longitudinally the same as the USA is, but
it's
the
not.
weather is it is, but the weather is completely different because the weather comes down from Russia and up from the ocean and kind of meets in Japan. It's a little bit weird. So the northern parts of Japan are so much colder than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hokkaido might be the same as Vancouver in terms of like the latitude, right? But it is way, way colder and way snowier. So yeah, try to avoid cars from Hokkaido, and you can't always avoid cars from Hokkaido. But they're cheaper up there, and sometimes they're still in good shape. You can't avoid all of them, but do absolutely beware that something from Hokkaido is going to be more likely
to have some rust.
Who bought a car from Hokkaido? I feel like one of us did.
Grant, the Fit.
Grant? Hello. Was rust a problem on your Fit?
It had a pretty good amount of surface rust across the bottom, and like the nuts on the exhaust flanges and the cat were really rusty, but the car itself was pretty much fine.
How about your brakes?
Oh yeah, the brakes. The brake calipers were not good. I forgot about that. Yeah. The brake calipers, the bolts on that were very, very rusty.
Wasn't it us two who tried to change
We
brakes?
tried to.
We just gave up.
Too much rust on them, eh?
Yeah.
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 But yeah, the body and everything was fine. Just kind of some surface rust on the underbody. It was the kind of the little bits, the exhaust bolts, the cat bolts, the motor mount bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like a Canadian car. After so much time, you're just snapping bolts instead of taking them off.
Or you just like burn them, like heat them
And
up
then
so
snap
hard
them.
and then snap them. C2.
Now we're getting into Canadian rust territory. Here is a 4-year-old Canadian vehicle.
4 years.
It can be like that for sure. Yeah, if it's from Eastern Canada, it gets real bad. I'm from the West where it's much milder, so it's not as bad. But yeah, within 5 years, you can start to have rust problems.
Germany is not too good with that either, but I feel like registration, like the TÜV, if you roll up with this, would be like, no.
Oh, so you
chance.
can't even register a car with that much rust?
No.
Whoa.
They will
See,
be
in
like,
Canada, they'll let you drive anything. They feel sorry for everyone. At all times, 50% of the cars have rust like that.
I don't.
I gotta ask, in Germany, do people usually have winter car and summer car if you're an enthusiast?
I would not say usually, but it's one of the first things that you think about when you are an enthusiast. If you have the means, I think people would tend to do that, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty common, even for younger guys with not much money, to have the good car is only for the summer, and then there's a commuter for the winter.
Yeah. I didn't do that, unfortunately, with the 8.6. I drove it in winter. So
I drove my floorless Mini in winter, delivering pizzas in it.
With wet and cold feet.
And no heater, because I was like, the heater just is weighing me down. Let's get some more performance out of this. Okay, what else we got?
So I'm just... Okay. I don't have a picture for C3 or C4. Because
It just ends at C2 for the most part.
Yeah.
There's not much C3 out there.
Except, like, if that whole thing here would just be gone.
And then it would likely be a grade R2 or grade 2. And grade 2s I would consider too far gone to buy.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why you're not seeing too many pictures here.
Okay, then we go into the S.
And this one was an S2, right?
Yeah.
And then you didn't find an S1.
No. Why is it here then? It should be
Yeah.
here. But never mind.
S1 is kind of like, you'll see those as rock chips on the hood of a car that has gone down to the metal and has just kind of like rusted within the chip. It'll turn orange. My van has a few of those at the moment. It can be a little bit worse than that. This one here might be considered an S1. Can you zoom in at all?
Yeah.
It's a little, yeah. So this one is unfortunately underneath the caulking. So you'll have to take that caulking off and it might be worse underneath. But it's also in an area that's not too bad to fix, because with like straight lines like that, you can mask easily. You don't have to paint the whole roof. Yeah.
But unfortunately, no other pictures for S in our educational part.
And then a quiz
And then the quiz.
that you have to log in with your phone and a QR code.
You
So
don't
get
have
ready
to
for
log.
that.
You don't have to log in. You just have to like give yourself a name. I'll explain.
You better explain, because I don't know how it works and I'm worried. XX means it has been replaced. Now this is a good picture to explain it. Is that on an 8.6?
Nope.
Is that I see the ultra stretch tire and I think it's got to be an 8.6 or an S13 or something.
Now what else can have?
My money is on JZX 100.
What does the chat say? Which
It
car
does
is
look
this
like a
on?
JZX 100. What is it?
I want the chat to say something about it.
Okay, I'll just wait here for the chat.
The color looks pretty
Shh.
sick too.
We're waiting for the chat. I'm just being a dick, aren't I?
Zeta's right and Grant is right. It's a JZX 100.
You guys are way smarter than me. I can retire now.
And I said that because Grant said that.
Not a bad strategy.
Prius, yes, absolutely. Prius with this fender would be sick.
It's funny to say, but Prius tuning is a thing here, right?
Yeah. So later we're going to talk about the Cube. How about we talk about Prius tuning next time?
I would love to. Yeah.
Max,
So-
you're going to be able to find so many videos of people leaving stance meets dragging their Prius frames.
Yep.
It's not a bad idea because Priuses, once they get to a certain age, are so cheap. Because hybrids more than regular cars, people are afraid of the batteries. So
Yeah, they're cheap. I will agree to Denzel in the chat. New Prius and tuned is legitimately cool.
I think the new Prius looks great.
Looks awesome.
For sure. Okay, so getting back to what we were talking about here, the XX means replaced, and most of the time it's replaced because it's been hit in an accident. Like R grades will often have a fender, a door, a hood, something like that with the XX mark on it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. And in this case here, why I said it was a good picture is because some people will replace a fender with an aftermarket fender, and it will be XX without having been in an accident.
Yep.
You'll see that a lot on Chasers, 86s, S13s.
And usually because it's when you go into an accident and you damage your hood and your fenders, for example, getting a fiberglass aftermarket kit is cheaper than an OEM part. So
Or available where the OEM one isn't anymore.
right, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do want to get wide fenders for the Altezza though.
Do you? I think the
Yeah.
Altezza looks so good without wide fenders.
The charge speed ones look like the Evo with like a sharp like boxy fender stuff, and you can fit the same size as the rear.
I agree that the fronts look good on the car, but you can't get rear ones that look good on that car, and you don't want to run just front wide ones.
Yeah,
That's my take.
I'm thinking about that. I have an idea.
We'll go to X. Now X is broken or needs to be repaired. We talked about that a little bit before. We don't have a picture, so could be a broken windshield, like you said.
Yep.
Most commonly, you'll see this as cracks on bumpers. You don't really see it too much outside of those reasons. Grant, if you got anything to add for the X, go ahead. I don't think that there is anything else, though.
Beyond just like it's broken.
Yeah, windshields and bumpers. Are you seeing it on anything else?
Windshields, bumpers, mirrors sometimes. I see it on some mirrors. Yeah.
Also, Grant, while I have you here, Denzel said his bid in 5 minutes on the Land Cruiser. We can announce that on the show if it's won or lost.
That'll
Okay.
be our second. If he wins that, it'll be a second time that we've won one during the show.
From a person that
From
is
the
actually
person that was
watching.
watching.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I hope you have a strong bid.
Yeah. Just bid a little bit extra, Grant, and then say sorry to him afterwards.
Okay. We're 44 cars out on that one.
Okay.
Crack.
So Y could usually be Y1 or Y2. We got a picture here of a Y2, but I feel like that's actually what you can expect a Y1 to look like. Y2s are usually more than that. So you can see that the paint is cracked. Sometimes you'll see like, it'll say like, I guess you can't read Japanese, so that's not very good help. I was like, sometimes it will say in Japanese paint Y1.
Mm-hmm.
To mean, so it could be, in this case, it's the paint on top of the side skirt or the gel coat really that has cracked. It could just be like those tons of small cracks that you'll see on a bumper. I like to call them flex cracks because when the bumper deforms or something, it'll go crack, 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 crack.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll be thin and a pain in the butt.
But this, I think, is the actual ABS of the side skirt. Just
You can see the weave of the fiberglass below, right?
oh yeah, then it's the fiberglass.
Well, it's the coating on top of the fiberglass. The resin, maybe. If it's thick resin. I don't know.
Okay,
It sucks.
That is Y, and then we have P, which
So-
is a bit of an odd thing and hard for me to wrap my head around as well. So this might need more explaining from you.
Yeah, so P is a wild card. P technically means paint damage, and there are a few ways that you could have paint damage. You could have paint bubbles, paint puck marks, like when you repair with body filler and there'll be little holes from where there was oxygen because you didn't mix it well enough, and like little divots that are painted over.
Mm-hmm.
It could be faded paint. It could be peeling paint.
Mm-hmm.
It could be miscolored paint. Like anything that could fit into the wider umbrella of what paint damage is could be P. And unfortunately, some of the auction houses will use different wording for different types. So there is some overlap there. But if you see the P there, you can assume it's some sort of paint damage. And you've got to not, like, in order to fix paint damage, you have to repaint it anyway. But some of them are easier to live with. Like if it's a few bubbles on there, you might be okay. But if it's bad peeling paint, you might not be okay. And in some cases, it's further explained in the notes section of the report, or the report section of the auction sheet translation.
Or it does not say P1, 2, 3, 4. It says something like P Hage. Right? You want to explain the Hage?
So Hage is written in Japanese. So you won't be able to see that, but it'll say P and then some Japanese letters on it. We don't have an example of what Hage looks like, right? I mean, what the wording for Hage looks like.
There.
Oh, we do.
I'm prepared.
High five me. That was good. So it'll say P and then it'll say Hage like that. And Hage technically means bald.
Or idiot.
Paint
It's
idiot.
a thing. It's
yeah. And it basically means your clear coat has gone away. So P Hage would technically be about a P3 mark. So we'll go back to P1. That seems like a P1. You can obviously see that that's aftermarket paint as well. So that's the thing with aftermarket paint, is it peels worse.
Yeah.
The clear coats are never as solidly on there.
This is on the same car, and I suspect it was a P2 because there are multiple
That
parts.
is so Subaru to have the and Mazda for half of Mazda's paint for their Miatas. They have the primer is a self adhering primer. And so it's a smooth primer that's put on, and then they put the paint on top of that. But the paints don't attach to one another very well. So as such, it'll very easily chip off, and you'll see the very distinct primer gray underneath it. And there we have a P3, so bad peeling, needs to be repainted.
Or P Hage, because like there's...
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you can just see it. It's gone.
Yep.
Okay. And then the last...
H. You'll mostly see H on headlights.
Yeah. It was just because of the quiz I didn't want to use.
So this one is like, if you put this into your mind, you'll probably do better on the quiz.
Yeah.
All right.
But this car, it said H on the roof too. For
Right. So
cloudiness.
H can be the same as P. It technically means fade. And it can be on paint, or it can be on headlights. It can also be on like a hazy window. You'll see it sometimes. You don't see that very often, but it happens sometimes. Like
would make sense.
Like sometimes the window, front windshield will have two pieces of glass with the plastic in between, right? But the two pieces of glass can sometimes like get moisture inside, and it can go cloudy. So you'll see it sometimes like that. It's very uncommon. Mostly a headlights thing. So hazy paint.
And that were all of the example images for the things.
There you go. Now you know, or do you? Right?
Or do you?
Because now we're going to test you. And so this is fun. The testing app that you are going to be using here. Why don't you explain it, actually?
So let me just switch views for you guys. We have this. So you should see that now. You can join this quiz with the QR code or with the code on screen.
So you go to www.menti.com, and then you can enter that 8-digit code, and then it will put you into the quiz. And you can do this anytime while it's live, right?
Yeah.
And then after the show is not live anymore, you can't do it anymore.
We'll see. It's the first time of me using this because this was free.
And then, or you can scan the QR code. And if you're jumping into this a little bit late, then you can jump in at any time, correct?
One thing, it would be fun if you choose the same name when you go onto the site as your YouTube chat name. So we can kind of like connect who's who. I suspect someone already started to log in. Wow, nine people.
Ooh, if we got 9 people, I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So
when last time we did a quiz, we had 10 people, and we didn't even require anyone to log in. So
yeah,
Yes.
What
We
is
got 9
this
out of
thing
19.
for? It is a quiz about damage reports. So we have pictures. So let me explain. Just explain while you guys log in and we see more people join. There will be a slide where you see a picture. And then on the next slide, you have multiple choice. And the faster you answer, the more points you will get. You have 4 options to choose from. For the most part, one of them is correct. There are some multiple choice in the end who are kind of a bit
We'll
special.
explain as we go.
And then we hopefully see the standings at the end of each
To
question.
see who is the master at
Yes.
this. I kind of want Grant to play at the same time, but I think he might be too busy. I want to see how much smarter Grant is than everyone else, just to be like, see, we hired the right guy.
First time using this, I hope it will work. If there's hiccups, I'm sorry, but then if hiccups occur, we can just show pictures and talk about it. If that's okay for you guys.
Sure.
Okay, we have 20 people in from 34 watching, so I guess we go in.
Time
Easy.
to get YouTube Premium. I must say, I've had YouTube Premium for like 6 years now, when it was called YouTube Red when it first came out. It's some of the best money that I've spent. Not only do I have to not do ads, I get YouTube Music. We play music in the office all the time. Whenever Mike plays his music, we get these
always
stupid,
get Spotify
annoying Spotify ads, right?
Yep.
And when it's on my computer, we don't get that. And I get no ads. And then you can use it on TV if you wanted to, too. Or Switch. My kids watch a lot of YouTube on Switch, and there's no ad blocker on Switch. Okay, why don't we get into question number 1? This is categorized as different difficulties. There's easy, medium, and hard, and we'll get progressively more difficult for you.
I will just ignore that I'm overlaying that over the logo, just for you guys to make it easier. Whoa, we're getting squished.
Make us skinny, actually.
like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is better for you guys to see. Easy difficulty. This one.
So you're going to get a chance to look at the picture, and then the picture will go away, and you'll have 4 different choices of what type of damage that you think that it is.
Okay.
And this is a Jacob finger, by the way.
Let's go to
You ready?
answer. I hope you can answer now.
This is kind of fun. Everyone's got their own little logo.
16 players ready. Maybe. Yeah. Now you can answer if I go to this one.
Look at your device. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So first time seeing this. So it looks like 5 people chose A1, 4 people chose A2, 3 for U1, and 1 for U2.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So whoever guessed A1 was correct on that,
Yep.
and then they'll get points. But the speed at which you pressed it is how many points that you get.
That I don't know. Looking at this, we had 9, 12, 13 people answer. Was that too quick? I feel like the 5 seconds we said was the maximum time you have to answer.
Oh. Is there any way to change the settings now, or are we locked into that?
Yeah. I just want to know if you were able to answer after 5 seconds. That's a question to the chat.
I call BS. That looks like paint damage.
It was quick. Okay.
But there was no markings for paint damage on there. So through process of elimination, you should not have picked U2, U1, A2. To me, that one was pretty easy. A1.
Okay. How about... no. We just continue. So you guys need to be quick. Is that
Also,
okay?
I'm sorry if the auction grades are ever confusing. But hopefully this is a learning experience as we go, and I'll do my best to explain.
Leaderboard.
Oh, it's fun.
Derek from Pacific Coast Auto. Nice. So, yeah, we don't know who's who.
I like how Derek and From were both capitalized, but the company name wasn't.
The disrespect.
Beyonce's in. Wow, we're pulling some big names.
Okay, next one. This here. And I will say it's not just about this. It's about everything that you see
you can
here.
see the larger scuff damage on the side.
Okay. I'll give you some more time to look at it. Get ready. Okay, how many people do we have? 16 players ready. You ready? I'm gonna press and you can answer. It's quite quick, yeah.
Yeah, it is. But it looks like the majority of people got it. Wait, of
Yeah.
the 13 people, only 9 people were able to vote.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 seconds
5
is
seconds
pretty
is
short.
too fast, yeah.
So is it something that we can alter, or now we're already locked in?
Okay, let me try to alter. And we'll see if we can start from here. Just, I'm gonna...
Hold on. If we have to redo it, people have lost their points.
I still want to try. Can I?
So before we started doing this, when we're like, this is going to be a learning experience for everybody. You weren't wrong about that. This is a learning experience for everyone.
Yep. Okay. Are we? No, we don't have any dropped frames. Okay, you shouldn't be able to see this. So.
Because it shows all the answers.
Okay. I am quickly going to change the future questions to enable you guys have more time. Let's do 20.
Oh, 20 is too much.
20 is too much?
Absolutely. Do 10.
15.
No, 10.
Chat?
The show will go way too slow if we're giving them 15 seconds.
Okay.
10 is enough.
10.
If you don't got it in 10, you don't got it.
It's double the time that you have at the moment. 10 is fine. Thank you. Are you still able... Oh, this is 15. Are you still able to stay on the side? I hope it didn't refresh or do anything weird. Oh, man. We have great questions.
I like how you're selling it. Oh, this quiz is so much cooler than you think it is. I really like
marketing, Derek.
So-
Marketing.
We had this idea of having like a picture of Jacob, like from the back, and then putting like a Y1 over his butt.
No.
Did that make it in?
No.
No.
No. Remember, why is a crack? Just saying.
Actually, that wouldn't have worked, right? We would have had to have a picture of his butt, and then you would have had to select, is it a U3? Is it a Y1? Is it a Y2?
Okay. Truly one of the quizzes of all time. I'm almost done.
Do you want me to talk about Jacob's Y1 some more?
Nope.
Is Jacob in the office right now? Yes. Sorry, Jacob. Okay. Jacob says that he can't hear and he's busy working, so we can keep throwing him under the bus here.
Okay, so where were we?
Yeah, there
We
is
were
no
here.
auction grade for hull. So a hull is actually written in Japanese as just the Japanese word for hull, which is ana, which is close to somebody we know's name, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Why is this now opening in full screen? I don't want to open this in full screen.
Watch Max in real time figure out the tech. This is what he does a lot of his time. Whenever someone has a problem with computers in the office, they're like, Max, help me. Excuse me. Even problems I think I can fix myself, sometimes I just can't be arsed, and I just want Max to do it for me.
Hey, it worked when I started the presentation here, but... Okay, let's try a different way. We're gonna do display, and then we do this, and we press OK, and you should be able to see this, and it's way too big.
All right, we're getting down to it, though. So if you're just coming in right now and you're wondering about this, this is a live competition, live quiz, and you can answer the questions by scanning the QR code, and you can jump in at any time. We are currently just finished question number 2 out of 15.
Yeah.
So there's still
14.
plenty of chances to get your points and to win against everyone else.
We do have the same question again.
Darn, we got to do that same question.
So does that work for you on the device?
Oh, now we only have 5 seconds for this one.
I have not changed the
for
time
this
that
one.
Yeah.
Hey, we got more people getting it right this time. Lovely.
Okay, just for the chat, did that work? Did that show up for you? And now we should have the leaderboard and see the change. That's nice.
Okay. Move it around. Ooh.
Zaid had 2.
Yeah, we gotta have a handicap for Zaid.
Okay, good. We're back on track. You should have 10 seconds now for the next questions.
Perfect. Let's go on to the next one here. Ooh, that picture looks familiar. I hope you were listening.
So we're gonna go to the answer. How many players do we have? 16. So we're all in. Okay, get ready.
I'm ready.
This should be 10 seconds now. If it's not, then
Look at your device.
10 seconds.
13. Oh, it shows how many people have answered.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. I like that.
15.
Come on, you only have a second. Oh.
Everyone has voted. C1. Correct.
I'm surprised nobody gave it a C2 because that's the most common. If you're ranking these in how likely it is, that would probably be the second place one in my mind.
Yeah.
A P damage. 3 people voted for that. Just to any damage on the car, kind of is P damage, right? Like an A1, A2, A3 is damage to the paint.
Yeah.
But these are scratches. Paint damage is going to be your paint fade, your paint peeling, your paint bubbling, your pock marks, these sorts of things. More think sun damage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And C1 is corrosion. Next one.
Just leaderboard first.
Oh, right.
Who was fastest? Pepto? Pepto was fastest. Derek, you're not doing a good job there.
Somebody's trolling me there. That is not... Anyone who's watching, that's not actually me. I'm not part of this, okay? I mean, I'm part of this, but I'm not
Maybe it's
part of this.
Maybe it's Jacob, Mike, or Grant. Grant doesn't have...
Probably Naoko, isn't it?
Okay.
We have a cappuccino.
Yes.
Known for their longevity of engines in the Toge. Isn't that right, Max?
Yes. At least that's my experience.
Do you think yours is in better or worse condition than this one?
Way worse. Way worse.
I see this and I think there's probably more story to this car than you can see just by looking at it.
Okay, let's go to the question. 17. Oh, someone joined. Okay, get ready. Let's see what people say.
Oh, tricky. This one's absolutely
Everyone has
tricky.
voted. Oh, that's good. Let's see.
Okay, I thought we would get a split between the W1 and the W2 there. So,
Yep.
It is a W2. W1 you don't see too often, and we don't have a chance to go back to the picture, right, do we?
Let's try.
There we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look, especially in this area here,
Yeah.
that's more than just a W1.
Yeah. W is repaint or repair.
And it kind of requires a bit of an eye to get paint damage. Like, all the noobs see paint, and the question is it shiny or not? But then once you really look at cars, seeing the wave in the paint takes some skill.
Yeah. Let's see if we do the question again. No. Okay. Yeah, 9 right.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Thanks for setting this up, Max.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
So the leaderboard. Say it was fastest again.
Yeah. Handicap required.
Okay. Now status changed. We have Zaid, Griff.
I'm
Mr.
hoping people at the bottom aren't thinking, oh, this is a shoe-in for someone else. I'm going to give up, because it can always change. Zaid can be like, I'm so fast, boop, and then accidentally do the wrong thing out of a desire to be fast. I'm just thinking what I would do.
This one is familiar.
Okay.
By the way, that is a side skirt on an Altezza. I forgot the brand, but it's mega rare. It's the guy who sent us the pictures that we showed on the show last year.
Cool. Okay, let's go on to the voting of this one. 16 players ready.
Okay, answer quickly to get more points. I think this is fun. It's good to see.
I like how you came up with this idea from something you did in university. So did you have fun in university, Max?
Yeah, I enjoyed university.
My university was okay.
I mean, there's good and bad things.
I liked playing ping pong between classes. That was a good point.
Okay.
Okay, so we got Y2 there, and so we only had one Y that was there, and the reason why I took out what used to be a Y1 was because there's a lot of ambiguity between a Y2 and a Y1. In my mind, this one should be a Y1, but it actually was a Y2 on the sheet, right?
Yeah. 11 people got that right.
A2 is a medium-sized scratch, and a U2 is a medium-sized dent.
Everyone got quite high points for that one.
Ooh, Grego moves up a space. All right. Hey, where did James go?
Not there. And Derek from Pacific Coast Auto has also fallen off the cliff.
I'm so sad about that. I kind of wanted to root for myself.
Next one. You should be able to see that even on the stream. Oh, James went to get his kid.
Makes sense.
Okay. 15 players ready. I'm back in a bit. Okay. So, get ready to answer this one. We had fun in preparation.
Somebody didn't answer.
Yes!
Are you laughing at the two people who picked?
Iramame?
Could anybody read the Japanese there?
I hope the two people who picked it
Could read it?
could read it.
Because they're like,
and
oh, I
had
know
a-
it's wrong, but I think it's so fun to pick that one anyway. The Japanese says edamame, like the beans that you eat
Yeah.
at the Japanese
Right.
restaurant.
Oh, they can't read it on the screen because your head is in front of the map.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, make me skinny.
Iramame. Yeah.
Here.
So 11 people got that right. You won. I picked it for the culture. Yes.
We should have given bonus points for that one, honestly. You pick edamame, it's like you don't get the full points, you'll get half points.
It's
or
like
something
instant win. The quiz is over. Yeah, you too. Very basic, I think.
You won.
F.
Because
Yes.
it's too small to be a
Yeah,
U2.
yeah, you won. Say it again, being the fastest.
I feel like the drop off in points isn't fast enough. Like everyone's seeming to get very close to the same amount of points and
Yeah.
speed.
But
Let's give everyone a chance, though.
next slide. How long do you want me to show that?
That's enough.
Okay, get ready to answer.
Ooh. Is this part of the medium ones?
Nope, it's the transition to the medium one.
This one's going to be rough. Oh, yeah. That was rough.
Yeah.
But it separates the boys from the men. That one was an S2. We were a little bit ambiguous, so I'm sorry about that one. When we were talking about it, we were like, this is sort of an S2, sort of an S1. And so all
Right,
those people
yeah.
who guessed S1, you kind of like win in spirit. And just think about that. There's no prize at the end of this. So if you're not the winner, don't feel too bad.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah.
It's like when you are in university, you write a test and then you stress about it. And then at the end of the test, it's like, okay, now hand your test to your neighbor so he can correct it or they can correct it. You're like,
That's-
I stressed for nothing? For my neighbor to correct my test?
I don't want the neighbors to see how badly I did on a test. I used to hate that stuff. Pass the paper to the person behind you.
Mm-hmm. Who was fastest this time?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. Ooh, that's going
It's-
to bring up a lot of the places.
Yeah.
Look at that. Moink. Yeah, see? Things can flip on just one question. Can change everything. Now we're on
Medium.
that one really should have been a medium, I think.
It was
There
the
were-
runner-up
Okay,
to the medium.
sure. I'll take it. What is this one?
That's
That's a pro gray.
on this picture, consider everything you see. Not just
wonder-
the main focus part, everything.
I wonder what the QR code on the windshield brings you to, and if you could actually scan it.
I think I tried
Yeah?
when I did the walk run. It was for the internal like transport or something.
Oh.
It was just a string of code. Okay, so 16 players ready. Let's go. Let's see what you think. These are the options. Well, I'm interested what people reply to this.
Yeah, this one's tricky. I think
Oh.
most people got the correct one there. Just to remind you, an AU3 is a large scratch and a large dent on it.
Yep.
A W2 means repainted, so it'll usually be pretty shiny, but it'll have an orange peel effect on it or kind of a paint wave when you look at it sideways. And then X means replaced, which for the most part, or needs to be replaced. In that
Yeah,
picture,
X's needs
it
to be
didn't look like
replaced.
anything needed to be replaced.
Yeah.
So an H2 is a medium fade, so the paint fade on the headlights and the hood. And that's
Yeah.
the hint you were giving. Look at
Yeah.
the whole image, right?
Yeah. And Zaid, you're right. Never seen H before. It's not very common.
That's why it's medium damage or medium difficulty.
Okay. Leaderboard. Let's
Let's
see.
see if Zaid got that one, because he might be complaining just because he missed it. Yeah, that's what I thought.
How fast it can change is quite cool. It's better than me typing into the Excel and be like, next one.
Oh, that's rough. I remember shooting this, and this is one of the roughest cars that we got. It was awful.
Still cool.
It's a high ace.
yeah.
High ace is cool.
This is cool.
There's actually some charm to having a car that's in such rough condition that you don't mind if it gets hurt, because you can go on bigger adventures and something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Just needs a polish. No. Okay.
It needs a van.
Let's start the question for this one. See what you answer. And this is the combination of things.
Yeah, this one's tricky. This will split too.
Let's see.
Yeah, so in that one, anyone who voted for AU3P, you pretty much got it as well. Like this one is, if you were to think of it like the 3 versus the 4, absolutely in that picture you'd think it's the biggest out of all of them.
Yeah.
But since 4 isn't at every auction, and the AU3 is the largest at some auctions, if you voted 3, you probably should have got the points anyway.
But
And
it's
if you're angry at that, look at this guy. Most people voted for the...
for the USS correct answer.
Yeah, much more auctions have 3 at the top than have 4. Actually, not much more auctions, but more of the cars that we buy, because the majority of the cars we buy are at USS auctions.
No. I can check later which auction this one was from. Leaderboard. Let's see how we do.
That shook things up.
Yeah. Oh, say it again.
The 2 people in the last place got the points,
Oh, then.
so got to
Moving
move
up.
up.
Sweet. Next one.
Oh, my car.
Is it?
No.
You can think about what this one might be.
You can see the reflection of Jacob's mouth.
Yeah, some pictures that are coming up have fun reflections, I think.
Fun reflections.
Okay, let's do this one. We're gonna
I think
start,
this one should be pretty easy. I would expect many people to get this one.
but it's medium difficulty. If you get this, you are medium good. I'm waiting on one.
We
Yeah.
almost got everybody getting that one. Just one
Oh.
person missed it. And that was the person that we're talking about. That person's from Canada. And they're like, that rest isn't so bad.
Isn't so bad. C2, yeah. Much bigger than the little C1 that we showed in the examples.
And because it's touching your windshield, it's probably worse than you think it is.
Yeah.
You don't want to get rust touching a windshield. But that's also a Land Cruiser thing. And Hi-Ace, actually. They do those.
Mm-hmm. Many people got points. Typical
And 2
Iceland
people got
rust.
fastest.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, interesting. Next one.
Oh, I feel so sorry for this car. I remember which one it is.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Okay.
This one went on YouTube, too.
Yeah. All of them that we show went on YouTube. Because we don't want to dox other customers. Okay. And let's go. What do you think this damage would be on the auction sheet? Oh, there's also an explanation. Please vote for the thing I think you're going to vote for.
I hope Zayd does. That's the handicap. I don't think he can help himself.
Someone voted.
Okay, who voted for Pikachu? Who was that? Tell me in the chat. I want to know. It doesn't say who voted for what, right? It just will
it
show
just
who
shows
got it correct.
Who got it correct.
So that one there also, the F2 and the P Hage.
Yep.
F2 is that kind of damage, right? So we kind of set people up for failure, didn't we, Max?
But it's faded, and it's not faded. It's damaged.
Whether it's faded paint or peeling paint, they're both basically the same.
Damage. Yeah.
So yeah, again, I'm sorry. This it really should have been made better than that. I think that so the P Hage, the one the Japanese there, that's what you're going to see over 90% of the time for that kind of damage. So if you are experienced with the sheets, that's the one that you're going to be looking for, even though it's in Japanese, and that's why this is in hard mode, because it will include some.
Medium.
This one is in the hard mode. So this is what happens when you only give Max like an hour to make the quiz. Actually, you had all yesterday to make the quiz.
I did, but most of the time was trying to find pictures for each of the
And
damage
to figure out
types.
how it works, right?
Yeah.
Like a software that
Yeah.
works for this.
So, when people say I can't read, I was at a disadvantage. This is what our company is here for. If you purchase cars,
Yeah,
we translate
of
stuff
course.
for you. So
We also in the last episode talked about that like if you want to be an expert with the auction sheets, there's a few Japanese that it helps to know. Maybe even just like 5 Japanese words. If you know what it is, then it's going to really help you, and this is one of them.
yeah, totally. Okay, the rankings changed. Alex is moving up. Zayd's still
Pepto
in
used to
number
be near the bottom, right?
one.
It's fun how much it can change, eh? What is this one?
What is this one?
I know this car. This is a Skyline, isn't it?
I think this is probably a Volkswagen Golf.
Yeah,
Prius. It's a Prius.
perfect.
Okay.
There was no finger in that picture.
Nope.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I've been really looking at those fingers.
Pointing. What is this? What do you think?
I would consider this one to be fairly easy.
Mm-hmm.
And most people got
Got it,
XX means replaced. I'm glad nobody voted X for that, because I think it can be confusing.
But if people don't like the hood, they might want to change it. Needs to be repaired. That hood is ugly.
Again, I was too slow for that one, Max. Y1 is a small crack, which I didn't see any cracks there. So I don't think
There is one on the hood.
is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In the just on the front part of it.
Okay,
Like
then say sorry.
no.
No,
The point
just
here.
say sorry. Like, look at the camera and say sorry.
The point here is.
You can't say sorry. You're one of those
Sorry.
guys. Okay,
You
now tell me the point.
How
Hey,
often?
no excuses.
How often do you see when a hood has a XX mark that there are other marks on that panel too, like scratches and stuff?
Yeah. It happens. It's not super common to see both. Like, honestly, the XX on a replaced hood is likely going to be dropped in favor of other marks on there if it has other marks that are more important. Especially if it's an aftermarket hood, because people will look at the hood and go, of course that's aftermarket. I know it's been replaced. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. I bet you the answer varies based on the auction inspector and what they thought was the appropriate thing to do there.
What is more important for the person looking at the sheet to know, basically. Okay. Leaderboard. That shouldn't have shaken up things too much.
The speed at which that was answered, though.
Yeah.
Boink.
Just a little bit.
Is Nicholas your Nicholas?
I don't know.
He's working right now, right?
Yeah, probably.
So it's probably him.
Oh, maybe he's on lunch break.
Oh, now we're in hard difficulty. It seemed pretty hard already.
Now we're going to depart a little bit from the points. So this is just like nice to have questions. Some of them are multiple choice. I think both of them are multiple choice. So you can select one or more answers.
So not just one answer. You can select like 3 of the 5.
Yes. So you know that we have these combined things. This is your test to see if you know which of the combined.
That's good.
There's no timer for it, so we'll just see how it goes.
It's kind of weird how in the app for testing people and giving points, they don't have an option to give points for people to get this right.
Yeah. This is heating up. Okay, hard difficulty. You look at this picture.
And so think of all the different letters that this could be, because there are multiple areas of damage in it.
There's also one free text question where you need to type something. Not this one, but...
Which we will also mention again right before the free text moment.
Okay. Let's go to answering. Get ready for this one.
We're down to 14 players. Some people were like, I can't play this anymore.
Some people are just heating up. Oh no, No, this is not a multiple choice. I was wrong.
Max was wrong.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I tricked you. Yeah. Why won you?
The people who picked P. Hage, that's peeling paint, it's a pretty good guess, but I think it's pretty easy to see that Y being a crack is more the appropriate one for that.
Yeah. Okay. Leaderboard. It's taking longer than I thought.
To get through this section.
Yeah.
But it's funner than you thought, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
My ears hurt. Now we can't hear anything.
Shouldn't it have been an XX as well? It was not a stock bumper.
You will rarely ever see XX on a bumper, even if it's been replaced. That's for panels on the car, mostly. This is a good question. That's for doors, hood, trunk, that sort of thing. Oh, that's what I don't want to see on a light ace.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm buying a light ace, it's got to be a darn good light ace for me to want to buy one. And that's not darn good. That looks like 1 square meter has been bondoed on the car a long time ago. So there's going to be rust in there.
That was not a hint. This should be multiple choice. Let's see. So you have the options to think about this now.
Maybe I should take back what I said. It's probably, if I saw this on the sheet, I wouldn't expect the rust to be mentioned. So I don't think that this one is rust.
So you can see live what answers have come in. So you can use that.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why I said that you probably wouldn't see rust on this one is because when you look at the panel, you don't see the rust. You're just imagining what's underneath it, because if your body filler has cracked, you know moisture can get in there. And if you know moisture can get in there and it's been long enough that it's cracked like that, probably long enough for it to rust. This is how reading between the lines is really important for understanding these sheets.
Yeah.
That's hard because there's a lot of Japanese, eh?
Yeah, I think it's good that that isn't something that gets
Yeah.
points, sorry, because it's kind of like explained all in, boys.
So let's go through these. U is a dent.
Yep.
Was there a dent on that? Go back to the picture. Doesn't really look dented, does it? Or is it?
It's hard.
From that angle, it can be hard to tell too.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it has scratches either, but maybe it does.
This is a learning question.
The Japanese for the third column is mura, which means like uneven. It's something that you'll find when a paint job has like mismatched colors or slightly different shades.
Gregor said you couldn't choose more than one. If that's the case, I'm sorry.
Learning experience.
Yeah.
The tall pillar there is hage, which is peeling.
Yep.
The next one is ware, which is crack. That's a hint there. Next one is C, which we know, that's corrosion. And then XX means it has been replaced.
This is what the auction sheet said. I'm sorry that you couldn't do multiple choice.
So this auction sheet said U, A, uneven paint, peeling paint, and crack.
Yeah.
So even though it was hard to guess looking at the picture and going backwards, if you just see a mark that says U, A, uneven paint, peeling paint, and crack all in the same fender,
You know it's bad.
that's messed up.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to buy that Town Ace,
Yeah.
even though I like them.
Okay, I hope you learned something. It's rare, but
I
those
don't like
little
not
sheet
having
markings
points.
can be very long.
I want to compare everything side by side and then pick a winner. And having no points,
This also has no points.
I know what that is. It is an A3 P2.
I hope multiple choice works for this one. If not, we're just gonna skip because of time. So try to answer. Let's see.
A3 P2. You like how I'm mixing things up? See, it's got no points, so nothing matters.
If it's not, it doesn't work. Okay. So it's a community task. You need to like with the Reddit paint the canvas Reddit thing.
I don't know how Reddit works. I just go there for tips on how to beat people in Smash Bros.
Okay, it's an AP3.
Okay,
Now you can vote for the correct answer.
so I said an A3 P2, so they just gave the P an upgrade. So if it says AP3 or A3P, that means both the A and the P are level 3.
And let's go back. There's like someone painted this with a brush.
Yeah, like one of
That's
those
pretty
touch-up paint bottles. They weren't even trying, it looks like.
Okay.
And that's the last one, or we have a free entry
This is
question?
free text entry. So if you have been on the show for the whole time, you should probably be able to write a text, a very short one.
This one is a W3.
Start quiz. Answer quickly to get more points. Let's
So
see.
this one can actually give you points.
Yep.
Even though it's so like it's matching words from
It's
the.
matching the word.
Okay.
So you gotta type quick. Maybe too quick.
This is, 10 seconds isn't very much time to
For
type that in.
typing, yeah. 10 people got it.
But it's cool that there is this format too. Wavy paint. Wavy paint would be correct. Sure.
Yeah.
Toyota Prius. Pikachu.
Thank you.
Shit. I can't read that one. That one's a no word. We don't say that in this house.
Yeah, Derek told me the answer. That is correct. W3 is correct.
Good job, everyone. You were listening to me, as you should.
Ultra hard. This is just one fun thing for the end. You will get a picture.
Is this the picture of Jacob's butt?
Yes. No. You will get a
Ultra
picture,
hard.
and you need to point out with a click or tap where it has been
Okay.
repainted.
So you can tap on your screen in
Yeah,
the picture
in
where
the
it's
picture.
been repainted.
That's the last question. It's fun. So, I
How
wonder if we
accurate
can
is that?
Hmm?
How accurate is it?
I defined an area.
To me, the whole side looks like it's been repainted.
I'm
But-
going off of what the auction sheet said.
Again, yeah, and it's pretty common for auction sheets to be like front fender and front door repainted. But then you look at the car and the rear door was actually repainted too. Like
Mm.
repainted things require, like I said, a special eye for it, a lot of experience for it, and even inspectors will get this wrong from time to time. Pretty common for repainted things to be missed.
The Altezza said my car that it was repainted on the complete side, but it was just the rear quarter panel and half of the rear door.
Half of the rear door.
Yeah, you can see where the paint changes.
Oh, that's idiotic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much more paint is it going to take to just go to
the
the
rest
edge?
of the door. Yeah. Okay. Show responses. Let's see.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Someone picked the tree in the background. That, by the way, is not the JDM tree, if you were wondering. The JDM tree is this one here.
This is the JDM tree.
Yeah.
But good effort.
The other one is a tree in Japan, so could be described as a JDM tree, not the JDM tree.
So this was the area that the auction,
The auction sheet said. Yeah.
as a repaint.
Can we zoom in to the passenger side door?
Wait, let me go back.
So wavy paint can be a little bit hard to see straight on like this, but you can absolutely see it in these reflections right here.
No.
This one maybe not so much from this angle.
This
Can
one
you
looks...
Zoom in a little bit here.
I can't zoom in more.
Yeah, that doesn't scream repainted. You'd have to really see it from a different angle. I like to look at things from like a 20-degree angle and then just go up and down to
Yeah.
watch the reflections.
Ultra hard difficulty. I'm still happy that many of the people had it in the right spot.
So who's the winner?
Leaderboard. Let's see.
I wonder who it'll be. I bet you Zaid picked the tree, and he's going to regret it now that he didn't get any points for that. And Zaid is the winner. A man in a canoe.
Man of culture.
No joke. I saw a canoe the other day. Do you know what a canoe is?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to go into that tangent because of time?
We're in Japan. I thought there's no canoes here. Like, I come from Canada. Everyone's got a canoe on their car, right? You get them when you get married. They give them out and you strap them to the top of your car.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen one in Japan. I was driving. I was like, look, canoe.
That's... Yeah. Okay, that was the quiz. The quiz.
Thank you, Max, for putting that together. I thought it was...
It was fun. It was fun.
It was really fun.
I hope you guys had fun and you learned something.
Maybe we can do it again
Yeah,
sometime in the
I
future.
would love to.
Okay, so on to the next segment of the show is the car picks. We've got 5 car picks for today, so we might have to go through them a little bit quick.
Yeah, let's go.
These ones were picked out by me because Grant had yesterday off, and so normally Grant picks the cars and we'll explain them, but this time I picked the cars and I will explain them. The first one that we have here is...
Interesting, because I don't have a scene for the car picks, so it's going to say Ship and Showdown.
Oh.
The first one here is this.
is a Mitsuoka Ryoga Royale. Now, Mitsuoka is a car maker here in Japan. They're an official car maker, but they take another company's car and then edit it to make it look in most cases, stupider. I will say, though, that I think this one is not so bad as far as Mitsuoka cars go. Obviously, it's made to look like an old Jaguar, and many of them are homages to old classic cars built on a more modern car.
Yeah.
Bonus points if you can guess which car this is based off of. I had to look at the chassis code to figure it out, and then the chassis code I didn't know, so I had to look that up. But this one's a little bit tricky because it's not something that's on most people's minds. Now, you can see in the front picture of it
Is it a Bluebird?
pretty good guess. It is not a Bluebird, but it is very close.
It's a Nissan.
Mm-hmm. So see how the front fender molds into the bumper there? You can clearly see where a marker light was supposed to go. Right?
Yeah.
And in my mind, they should, like, they're using the OEM fender. They really should have changed
Yeah, a
that
different
fender to
Yeah.
a new version where the bumper line, it would just be more convincing in that way. My son gets really happy when he sees Mitsuoka's. He's like, Dad, look at that old car. And I'm like, Uno reverse car. That car's only 7 years old. But the rear end, I think they did a really good job. The trunk
the rear
and
looks
how
okay.
it folds
Yeah.
in like that is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
And the body line from the original car that goes through the doors on the front fender has been edited on the rear fender to have a little swoop that goes down. Very kind of classic car inspired, and I like that.
So which car is it?
It's based off of a Nissan Sunny.
Sunny.
Yeah. With a 1.5 liter engine, and so
Oh,
it's going to be
God.
slow as piss.
Hey, it's a grade 4. 116,000 kilometers.
And the sheet looks pretty good. It says Wade on the back, which is a crack, so some sort of a crack there. Most likely the bumpers are fiberglass with electroplated chrome covering on them, not actually metal, I would guess.
Okay.
And yeah, the condition looks all right. And the light
Yeah.
blue is kind of nice. And I believe that those seat covers are a dealer option, not what all of them got, because they're kind of hideous.
Okay. Want to go to the next one?
If you buy this, you get a special video from Max, including us with monocles.
Wait a second. Grant? Yeah. Did the Land Cruiser go through?
Yes, it is unsold, and I'm still waiting to hear back what that's going to pan out as.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you know, Denzel. What do these go for?
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay attention to Mitsuoka's for the most part. Not a lot, though. This one's from 2002. It's pretty old. I don't know. If I were to guess, 500,000, 600,000 yen, something like that.
Okay, let's continue.
This one surprised me. Obviously, this is a Toyota Pro Box. Surprised it is not a Toyota Pro Box. Mazda, I don't know what it is. Toyota loves farming their cars out to other companies. You can get like Toyotas that are Subarus or Mazdas, or I believe there's even Hondas.
Oh.
Not Nissan, I don't think. Toyota and Nissan are like not buddies. But this is a Toyota Pro Box that is badged as a Mazda. That is the only special thing about it. It is called the Familia, which if you don't know, the Familia is the Mazda 5.
Oh. Yeah, it's familiar. Noriado. I did it. Next car. It's not like... Should people buy Pro Boxes more?
Oh, they're fine. Pro Box is just a Vitz or a Yaris on a commercial vehicle. Because these are... The only reason anyone buys these is because they're commercial vehicles.
No.
You get cheap taxes because they're one of the very few vehicles that classify as cargo vehicles when they're not a van, right? They're a station wagon, more car-like, but they're still a cargo vehicle.
Comfortable on the highway, long wheelbase.
Not so comfortable on the highway, but
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
But they did make a one-make race series for them.
Yeah, of course
That's
they
pretty
did.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the Pro Suck, right? Because they're called Pro Box or Succeed. Pro
And now
Suck.
it's a Pro Suckfa. Next one.
Pro Suckia. That works too.
I've never seen this before.
Okay, so this car needs more love, and I really want somebody to buy it. It is sadly the automatic transmission version of this. I don't think they make a manual of this anymore, but this is what eventually became the Evo 9 station wagon. Because before the Evo 9, there was this, the Air Trek Turbo R. It has a 4G63 engine, the same as the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution.
Oh.
Unfortunately, detuned to 240 horsepower instead of 300. But you can retune it back up if you wanted it to. And it has four-wheel drive as well. So it's like a little station wagon, four-wheel drive, turbo, Lancer Evolution, and people are not looking out for these, so they're cheap.
In my opinion, it looks better than the Evo wagon.
No, you are wrong, and you're not allowed on the podcast anymore. You go back, Jacob, come.
You take that back
if
right
you want to
now,
do the
Max.
stream on your own, I can do that.
No, I don't like. I get that some people have different takes on cars, but I do not see it at all. the Evo Wagon is one of my favorite designed cars because you take a sports car and you're like, wagon! It's
Don't
weird
get me
and
wrong.
cool.
I like the idea of the Evo wagon, but
Dig a hole.
the Evo, I agree that the Evo wagon is cool, but purely from a design perspective, it's
We're
too
gonna throw
boxy in
this
the
to
rear.
the chat. Let's put a
Nope.
picture of the Evo Wagon on.
Lies, Max. Lies and madness.
Hey, I'm the designer here.
I don't know. I went to design school too, Max.
You did?
No. I did design classes in high school 25 years ago. Did you find the worst picture of one?
I'm not trying
that how
to
we're
rig.
playing this?
I'm not trying to rig the game here. It's not the worst picture, isn't it?
I don't know. I just thought it's something you would do. That's kind of the worst picture, isn't it? Even though that's like the press photo of it.
So
That one's got
what
drag tires on
what
it.
I'm saying here is, Mitsubishi was like,
Oh, it's so
how
cool.
about we do a Volvo? And that's all this. Like,
Volvo's cool. They're
yeah,
damn cool too.
I don't understand where you're coming from with this one.
The air
It's-
truck is
I-
cool. In my mind, the Evo Wagon is a clear 10 out of 10. It's the top of all cars. The
I've never
AirTrek
been-
Turbo R is a 6, maybe.
I'm not a fan. I can't put it into words. I'm not a fan. It's
Maybe it's because you come from a country where people actually drive wagons.
it's every time I see the front of one of these, I'm like, oh sweet, it's an Evo. And then I see
you
the rear, and
back
it's like,
and you're like, it's even cooler than the Evos.
Nah. I'm same with the Avance from Audi. I like the Avance, but I do prefer the sedans.
The Avants are better than the sedans for Audi too.
I
Sorry.
know, but
Sorry,
personal.
I don't mean to be calling you out live on the show, but if you're going to say things that are clearly wrong,
So people in the chat say,
are you going to only read the ones that agree with
no,
you?
no.
'Cause that'd be
Fiero
funny if you
is
did
so
that.
wrong. Mr. Galuro said, no, Max, that is so not right. Gregor says the Evo 9 wagon is sweet.
Evo Wagon wins no contest.
Zaid says Max is right.
Oh, Zaid also said that rare Grant L.
Don't get me wrong. I think the Evo wagon is cool, and I love that they make it, and it's different. But purely from a design perspective, I don't find it appealing.
Let's go look at the air truck again.
Yeah, it must be here. Are those Vitz taillights?
No, they're air truck taillights. So
Right.
the air truck is not going to be as sporty as the Lancer Evolution. Even though it's
No.
kind of the sports car one, it absolutely feels more like the regular version of this is a lifted station wagon. Like it's based off of something that's not sporty at all. This one's been color changed. The mileage is low at 68,000 kilometers, but it has corrosion in the engine room and the underside. See the S and the C. That is your medium level understanding of the auction sheet. Before you ask for a translation, of course, we would translate all of that for you. And then it says body filler crack on the left rear door and a W3. That's rough. My experience, look at that. There's paint fade all on the entire side except for that
For the
one
door.
door.
Ah,
And that's the door that has the body filler crack. So,
yeah.
yeah, this one,
This car is a nice idea.
it's not a car you're going to find very often at auction because they're pretty rare by now. Most of them have already been exported. But I think this one's a little bit too far gone with that really bad quality repair work.
Sufyan, your red S4 is very nice. We were all drooling over it on the report.
yes.
It's a very good looking car.
And good sounding. And then I watched the video after and I was like, it sounds so much better in real life.
Yep.
Next
Okay.
one?
Next car.
It's the Safari Hearse. And yes, this is made by Nissan. Their Autech division makes it.
Imagine you own an importing company and you are like the boss of the importing company in Canada, USA, wherever you are. and you have an accountant or
Mhm.
someone who is like salesperson who sells the cars to other people. You come in, yeah, today I bought an Autech Nissan. And that's all the people know. And then this thing comes in on a trailer.
I think, like what you were saying, this is the boss's car. Like, if you were a boss in a video game, you bet your ass they're going to be driving this, except it's going to be lifted up on big tires.
Slammed.
Slammed would be damn good, too.
This would make a splash on social. Are we going to buy it? No, we're not going to buy it.
You would really need to take off that really hideous, like, vinyl
Top thing.
cover
Yeah.
or whatever. And then the grill, of course, looks like a Rolls Royce. The whole car is made to look like a Rolls Royce, but then it is
Weird.
a hearse. Oh, and the name of it is really cool.
What is the name? Nissan Safari Autech ATE. It's 4-wheel drive too.
No. You have to read the Japanese.
Safari Autech.
Adieu.
Adieu. Yeah, I was like, adieu.
So think about that. Hearse. And the name of the hearse is
Adieu.
Goodbye.
I'm kind of
Bye, guys.
I'm kind of happy that someone at Nissan was like making that decision and probably laughed his ass
I
off while doing
suspect it
so.
was the Autech division that comes up with these ideas and presents them to Nissan. You get a lot more. You know what? You could buy one of these and make it the Gold Digger or Grave Digger livery. Do you know Grave Digger? It's like the most common monster truck.
I know. Yeah. I know.
It's so cool. Dead people were in there.
It's so hideous that it's almost cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely hideous. But what street presence would this have, right?
Yeah. You could put a sweet audio system in the trunk.
Yeah, you could put like a bed in the back and be like, lay down in the back of my hearse.
Gregor said you could make this into your ute. That
I wonder how it would look if it were. It might look all right.
Like-
They do make pickup
Yeah,
truck versions of the Safari, so it wouldn't be too far off from that. Yeah, actually, that would make it damn good looking. You wouldn't be able to do a 4-door with the pickup truck. The proportions are wrong. But if you just made it a 2-door and then the pickup truck back end was,
But even without converting anything, wide wheels on it, bit lower.
yeah, you put like
It's a cool thing.
22s on it.
Yeah.
That's cool. It'll still drive like a truck, but it'll be a cool truck.
Last one, and time restrains to this one.
This is how we're going to save everybody money. So what we have here is a Honda N360. The engine size is just 360 cc. That's like a sewing machine, basically.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the first cars that made, I think it is actually Honda's first car. I think so. It is.
I don't know.
I believe, I could be wrong about this. I believe this is a front engine, rear wheel drive, chain driven car. So it's basically a motorcycle
scooter,
with 4
yeah.
wheels.
Okay, swap it.
That would be so dope. I think this is one of the coolest looking little cars. They're teeny tiny, and when you see them on the road, which you do sometimes here in Japan,
Very
they
tiny.
look amazing.
Very
One
tiny.
of my favorite looking cars. It's not going to be fast. It's not going to be super fun to drive, except for all the people looking at you. Excellently styled. Look at those tail lights and the trunk that opens the wrong way around. You see that? The trunk,
Like
you can see the hinges.
Yeah.
You want to put your groceries in, you have to like duck underneath it. The way this is going to save you. Okay, so imagine the fuel economy that you get out of this, right? I looked it up.
Good.
It's 50 miles per
Ish.
gallon. You could probably get some hybrids and stuff that are 50 miles per gallon. The Prius probably does 50 miles per gallon.
I'm
But-
not familiar with the concept of miles per gallon, so you have to carry this on your own.
It's good.
Okay, nice.
To give you some context, pickup truck, your average pickup truck in the U.S. gets 20 miles per gallon. So this will get
50
you
is good,
2.5 times the mileage of a pickup truck. So if you're driving around a pickup truck, you're going to be spending around $2,700 per year in fuel. I did the calculation. This one's under $1,000 per year in fuel.
Given the political climate at the moment, it's a good saving method.
Right? And you get to rock around in a car that will make everybody smile.
Can I ask a bit of a hypothetical Honda high mileage question with this car?
Go for it.
This car, or manual first generation Insight, or manual first generation CRX HF.
Which one gets the best fuel economy?
No, which one would you actually buy?
Oh, the CRX, but not the HF version. I would get that Mugen Super CRX or whatever they call it.
Well,
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
So much for the fuel economy part of the question.
My God, that one's so cool. The Mugen CRX has a factory wide body on it for the first generation CRX, which looks stupid to begin with, but is so darn cool. And it's like 750 kilograms.
Everyone in the chat chooses the CRX. Grant, why did you exclude the CRZ?
Yeah, that one's a hybrid as well.
Yeah.
Although I don't
That
think
one
the
doesn't get as good a
CRZ
fuel
breaks
economy
50
as any
mpg
of the
though.
other ones. Yeah, Grant was right in
Yeah,
fewer
50.
words, and I just spoke over him.
Okay, time.
Yeah, so that's how you save, and you get a video too, which
Yeah,
is
if
worth
you
how
get
much?
this.
Around $50,000 at this day.
Yep.
On to this week at PCA, we got a few things. We'll blaze
Just-
through these a bit quickly.
Yep.
First thing, Max got his car fixed.
Yes, it's awesome.
At the GR factory.
GR Factory.
The smartest
official.
people in Japan,
The official.
and it is good, isn't it?
Yes. They changed the timing gears for the camshafts, 2 of them, intake and exhaust. They changed timing belt, PCV, a few hoses, a few vacuum hoses, and what else? A few other seals for all the VVTi stuff.
So the issue you've been having is basically since you got the car new, you've been kind of chasing down this thing that makes the car not run quite properly.
Quite right, like quite vibrating.
And they fixed it.
Yes.
And
it was
the problem was
the VVTi gear.
was
both
having
of
a
them
little bit of play, which
was
is
having
causing
play,
your
And
timing
then,
to be off.
yeah, and then recently they also started to leak oil. So that was the dead giveaway
So
that
you
something
go
is
in
bad
for the
inside.
oil leak, and then you get it back not leaking, and surprise, it runs even better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny because like he's spoken about it like 5 times since he's fixed it. Like it's so smooth. I just want to go driving. And then he went out driving and caught me driving last night, right?
Yeah.
When I was buying my Nintendo Switch controllers.
For the battle of death on Friday.
Because I've got stick drift problems. My Nintendo Switch is in the tatami room, and all of the tatami bits, like the dust from them, settles into the controllers and then breaks them. So I had to buy 3 new controllers to make sure everyone was on an even playing field for the battle to the death that we're going to have this Friday. We have set up a competition with PCA staff
He
to
set
see
it up. I have no clue.
who is going to be the best person at video games in the office, which
gonna
is
be
something that we are doing Smash Bros.
It's going to be Derek.
In it, but I have handicapped me and Jacob in Smash Bros. We're playing a version of Smash Bros. I can't tell you the name of it because it's politically incorrect. But, and this is why we're not recording it and showing it on video. But the thing is to have fun, even though everyone is at a different level at video games. So we're going to play with poker chips, including betting on who's going to win things, betting on other things. There's a lot of little things, sort of like Mario Party, that's going to mess you up. So if you're in first place, you get handicaps, or if you're in last place, you get a little bit of a boost. It's going to be all sorts of fun, and we're going to be mentioning it next week, how that went and who was the best and who we had to kill.
The question, what car do I have? It's an Altezza. Because
What car
people
do
said
I
it's
have? It is a Corolla 11 from 1972.
Nice.
Okay. Next one we can skip. Mike's going away party, just 2 things. We are planning on going to a racetrack where we all bring our own car as a going away thing for him. We don't know which racetrack it's going to be yet. And Grant has been tasked with kind of finding an event that we can go to. So I don't know how that's going, Grant.
It's going better than I thought, actually.
Fuji Speedway?
Weirdly, Scuba, weirdly reasonably priced.
Tsukuba would be sick.
Oh, I would love to get a time on Tsukuba with my Corolla. It's going to be like 2 minutes.
1972.
I don't know which car to bring. I might bring the City. I might bring the Corolla.
How about the
minivan.
weird blue car in the lot with the 2 wings?
That's not a bad idea.
It's the only one that runs at the moment.
So this will be Mike's going away party. We'll be doing that. And we talked about it in the office, and we got permission from the company owner.
Which is
Mike,
him?
Mike will be allowed. What are you pointing at?
The company owner sign on your name.
I see.
Sorry.
Mike will be allowed to wear shorts in the office on his final day. And I sent out a company-wide email that recommended everyone to wear shorts. And we will take a picture and you will see why we aren't going to wear shorts in the office.
Okay.
Give you a hint, it is because of my legs not wanting to be seen by anybody. What else is there? The Nissan Cube stuff we're going to have to pass again.
Let's
We're
do
running out of
questions.
time.
Just
We suck at presenting this, don't we? We'll go right into questions time. We got 2 from the comments section, and then we have more from the live chat that we have accumulated throughout the show.
Kevin
get
Hill
into it.
has asked, how often do you send Mercedes to the USA, or are there any issues specifically related to them? I recall mentioning headliner issues with German cars.
We don't send a lot of Mercedes to the USA because the USA has a 25-year rule, and the Mercedes-Benzes that are over 25 years old are all pretty expensive now, especially if they're in good condition. I'm thinking like a W124, like the 500E or the E500. Big money. You're like $50,000 US to get one of those. The lower grade ones people aren't really interested in so much. We do most of our Euro cars to Canada or Europe, surprisingly. And they are a pretty popular purchase to be buying them because you get low mileage, well-conditioned cars for good prices here in Japan. It's just once they get old, they become a little unreliable. And the US already has a ton of Mercedes-Benz. There aren't too many of them that are special enough for the outside world versions compared to the US versions, other than things like the 124.
Yeah.
Issues with them: electronic problems, power window problems, engine sometimes not running super well. Like sometimes the older ones, they sit for a while, they get bad fuel, needs to just be run in really well. You know, older cars, Mercedes-Benz have more things to go wrong. Electronic problems, I'll mention that one again. And the headliners seems to be an issue on mostly the newer ones, the ones that are 20 years old and newer, not the old ones from the 90s.
I'm sorry that Germans use not so good glue.
I think it was you that said that it's probably an echo thing.
I think I researched it, and it is the type of glue that is used in Europe that is not that heat resistant, apparently.
But good for the environment.
Yes.
And good for making people want to buy a new Mercedes-Benz that doesn't have a saggy headliner. Planned obsolescence.
That is implied.
Next question.
Keito Rakong in reply to what we talked about in the last show, and he thinks that by giving this information, it makes it more convincing that auction sheets are not accurate from one auction house to the other, and you're better giving out which are the best and most accurate auctions. And you can have the same car go through different auction houses, and they can have a different grade for the same car. Would you like to
Interesting
comment on
take.
that statement?
I don't agree with it. I think that there is, the question is, from one auction house to another, how much variance is there from between the two, right?
Yep.
My take is there is just as much, if not a bigger variance from one inspector to another at the same auction house than there is from one auction house to the other. I think there are some auction houses that are going to be a little more strict. I'm thinking TAA is a good example of that.
Honda?
Oddly, the Honda one was the other one that I was going to guess.
Yep.
But the desirable cars that you want aren't necessarily going to be at the auctions that you like. If I tell you should only buy from TAA because their auction sheets are the most reliable ones, very few desirable cars go through there because it's an auction owned by Toyota and it's mostly leased trade-ins, and very rarely is it going to be something of interest. People who sell cars of interest, especially 15-plus-year-old ones, are sending them mostly to USS auctions, which are very much middle of the road in terms of the quality. I don't think that there's a huge difference. If your full range of conditions or accuracy is like bad on this side and good on this side, pretty much all of the auctions are here, right? Your variance is so small, and it's not like one auction house is way over here. And I think, like, if I'm buying my own cars, I'll check every auction to find the car that I want, and I will very rarely ever go, ooh, that scares me to buy from that auction. almost all the cars I want are at USS Tokyo or USS
Yeah.
Nagoya.
Mine was from My Life Aichi, and it was, I think, the way it was documented on the sheet was okay to good.
I think yours was okay. I think it could have been a little bit better with the paint, but
Yeah.
this is the
Yeah.
risk that you take when you buy from auction and you can't see
Yeah.
the car yourself to know the actual condition. But that's not to say it's a bad idea to buy from auction, because you saved $4,000 off of that car by buying it from auction.
Yeah.
And so if you didn't know the car 100%, maybe you know the car 70%, there wasn't enough damages to be like, oh, I should have spent $4,000 more for this car, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Next question.
It's tough.
Yeah. Chat questions from today. What is the height limit to fitting in a Honda Vamos? I'm 6'4".
Too big. You're too big for that. In my opinion, it's not so much the size, it's how articulate are your ankles. This goes for all K vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to put your heel on the floor, and then you can go clutch to gas to brake, or clutch in and out without lifting your foot. If your feet are too big or your ankles don't bend very much like mine, you have to lift your heel off the ground, which
Yeah.
makes driving it much more difficult because now your knee needs more space.
And then you have knees in the steering wheel, basically.
Yeah, you could do it, but it would be a stretch. You'd probably want to get into that, assuming you're going to have to alter the rail for the seat to go back a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think comfortably you can't do most K vehicles over 6 feet tall unless you're okay being pinched in.
Mm-hmm. Next question from Abs. Hi Derek, long-time viewer since your heydays. I worked at a
Wait a
large...
second, are we not in our heydays right now?
I hope we are. I have worked at a large exporter in Japan, mainly B2B, and I learned a lot and loved the job. But just like yourself, I was put in questionable situations. I think this is in regards to previous jobs that you had.
Can I just make a little quick note? If
Yep.
you worked at a car exporter in Japan, you will be asked to lie. This is how the industry is.
I was put in questionable situations where I had to cheat to the customer. Due to that, I left the industry, but I still have good relations with old clients, and they want me to be back in business.
Tell us the name of the clients and we'll pick them up and take good care of them for you.
My question is, would you still think it's feasible and a smart choice to start my own agency?
Sure, if you already have sales, the hardest part about this job is getting people to trust you. So if you have people that trust you anyway, go ahead and do it. Owning a business is a challenge. It's kind of like driving down the street on a bus, and you're just surfing on the top of the bus, and those road signs are above you, and they just keep coming and smacking you in the face. And your job is to kind of like dodge them, but you never know when the next one's going to be coming. So you always have to be looking out for some sort of trouble that's going to smack you. Does that work? Is that a good analogy?
Yeah, if you already have clients, you're already on the bus. If you don't have
Your
them,
clients should know, like when you're a small business and you're just starting out, you're not going to be as effective of an exporter until you've got that experience under your belt. And even if you've worked the job before, there are issues that come up that you aren't familiar with because that wasn't part of your job. Just someone else in the background was taking care of that. I would be a little bit worried, like you're going to have to give a little extra service for the people to make up for the things that you're not so capable of putting together. Like a good example that we run into is that like we do almost all of our exporting by Ro-Ro, and then we can ship by container if you want, and we can put parts into the container if you want, but we're not really experts of doing container shipping. And so now a client comes to us and says, can you do container shipping for us, but I also want you to put in a half-cut car. Like, we could probably get that to work, but there are other companies that do containers with half-cut cars and have been doing them for years and have done 1,000 of them. That company can better give service to your buyer than we would be able to.
Mm-hmm.
But if you haven't been in business for a long time, there are going to be so many examples like that. And you kind of have to keep your customers happy with them knowing that you're not going to be as effective of a car exporter as they would want. And so you just kind of have to power through that until you've got the experience, and it takes a long time to get that.
No.
But do it. Yeah. Or give us their names and say, we trust these guys.
Ice GTB. Are you guys aware of some of the websites that give access to USS cars without paying for memberships? Yes. You know, when we looked at those weird websites where you can search USS cars without login and everything? There are some. But
So these websites, you pay the website money and then they
No.
give you access?
you can just browse USS pictures. And they usually are not up very long.
These websites just go because they get caught?
That's my theory. I also tried to understand the source code of one of those websites, and it's not like they display the pictures directly from a data stream. It seems like they just upload stuff.
I know about those companies, and it'll take them like 3 or 5. I know of some companies that you're like, hey, can I get pictures of this? And then they'll send the pictures back to you within a certain amount of time and charge you for that. But this is not that.
No.
They're manually uploading pictures for 120,000 cars in a week.
Maybe.
That doesn't sound realistic.
Yep, it's illegal. Absolutely illegal.
I don't
to-
know. I would like to know more information about it because I don't really know. Unfortunately, I haven't looked into this in a while because my job keeps me busy in other ways.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit hard for me to give direct answer to that. I know some of the car exporters are actually still like taking the USS data and hoping they don't get caught. Usually these people won't show the images public until you've sent in a deposit with them, and then they're going to be showing them. But they're running a pretty big risk there because although it's unlikely that the USS car auction is going to send in a deposit to figure this out, they can hear from word of mouth or customers that are not happy with that company and tell USS, or something might happen and USS might be notified of it. And USS is very strict about this, and they will shut down your membership if they feel like you're trying to cheat. So this is a big reason why we don't want to be doing that, is we don't want to have to fight USS because that's where we're getting all our sales from. And we're not the kind of company that's just going to be like, okay, well, next month we'll open as Pacific Rim Auto, and we'll just start the business up as a new name. I don't want to do that. I want to have the same name forever so that we can build up a more trust as a result.
Question for the end. How much experience for cars that are automatic to manual swapped? Common with low roads, Aristos, etc. Anything that has made you think this should be completely avoided? Or is it just due diligence like any other car?
The reason why people do a manual swap is because there aren't very many manuals. The price of a manual transmission version is higher, and they want a manual, but they can't find one in the condition that they want. And so they buy an automatic and then pay to get it swapped. Or they do the swap themselves. In my experience, most swapped transmission cars are also quote-unquote drift cars. And so they're typically owned by people who are going to drive them quite a bit harder, not keep up with the maintenance per se. This is not always the case, of course, but you have to kind of read between the lines at who the previous owner was. Like if they've got big decals on the side and it was lowered really low and the
Manual
mismatched
swapped.
wheels on the car and an unpainted bumper on it, then, this is a pretty big risk.
This comes from me as an Altezza owner, but automatic to manual swapped Altezas don't have the same engine as the factory manual. I don't know if there are any other cars that are like this,
Yeah.
but things to think about. Okay, 2 more personal questions for the end of the show.
One other thing I just wanted to add. If you find a car that was manual swapped, that's going to be less expensive because the market isn't going to pay the same amount for one that was swapped, most likely because of weird little niggly issues. If it were my car, I would want an original transmission version of it, unless the car were exceedingly rare and hard to find in the condition that I wanted, or never came as a manual. Like a Crown station wagon with a manual sounds like a dope car,
Yeah.
but they never came as manuals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, what if the car doesn't... Yeah, just answered the question. IceGTB, yes, show at Pacific Coast JDM. You can do that. 2 last questions. Has your personal style changed since you moved to Japan?
personal style of what?
Like haircut, clothes, things like that.
I mean, I moved to Japan when I was 23, and now I'm 43.
So in the last 20
and
years.
my style hasn't changed a bit. I wear more expensive clothes now than I used to. I used to, no joke, get all of my clothes for free from a church clothes swap.
Oh,
You would go there and
you get.
you're supposed to give clothes, and the amount of clothes that you give, you can take.
Oh.
But we didn't have any money, so we just went there and took clothes. And then they're like, you can't. So most of the time they were okay because, you know, the churches are like, oh, we want to help you poor people out.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they were like, you got to give us clothes. And then my mom would go, we don't have any money. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's okay.
Oh, wow.
So no joke, almost all of my clothes when I was growing up was just secondhand clothes. And I had a very eclectic style. I altered my clothes sometimes. Like, you might have considered me to be a raver in high school.
Oh.
Multicolor hair, yellow sunglasses, very, very vivid clothing. Mostly women's clothing that had been altered to,
Interesting.
really, really big baggy jeans. Like, we're talking this big. Yeah. So
Did you do like shuffle dance?
I don't know what shuffle dance
Like
is.
the
Oh, no, that wasn't a thing back then.
Okay. When I got here for the internship for half a year in 2016, before I was more the guy who had the skinny jeans and oversized shirts, and then everyone here was dressed so nicely,
It's true, isn't it?
and I just changed over to shirts and knit sweaters and
Yeah.
things like that, and it's
I feel I
Stuck
like
with me
I like
for a little
dressing
bit.
nicely. I think it makes a good impression, and people think of you better, and it's just nice. But I do have some casual stuff. I have small tangent, very small tangent. Okay.
okay. I'm gonna start the outro.
You know how I said I was poor and always had to get my clothes for free, right?
Yep.
The brand Stussy was really popular back in school, and Stussy is very expensive.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to have Stussy, and everyone else had it, and I didn't, and I felt really bad about that. So when I could afford it, I bought myself a Stussy hoodie. It's $300, and I'm like, I don't want to spend 30,000 yen. So in US dollars, it'd be $200.
Yeah.
Stupid amount of money to spend on a hoodie, but I got my damn hoodie. It's not even my clothing style.
It's just for the
I don't wear
achievement.
streetwear at all. I'm just like,
Achievement.
F you guys. I got my Stussy hoodie.
Okay. Has anyone started smoking because they moved to Japan?
I hope it's
No.
the opposite. Smoking sucks.
Yeah, agree.
We didn't call it Jinko jeans. Geez, I don't even know what we called them. That's what the people in the U.S. used to call them, but in Canada we didn't.
Okay, then
Yes, please send me your Stussy Toronto shirt, because I've got a Stussy Vancouver shirt too, and then I can have kind of like the two Stussy stores in Canada. It's weird. Stussy is cheaper in Canada too than it is here in Japan. We went to the Vancouver Stussy store. It was 25% cheaper than the Japanese one.
oh,
Like a good, decent
that's a
amount
good amount.
cheaper.
That's a good amount.
And a ton of the people there were Japanese people speaking Japanese, and I was like, I know what you're saying. Okay, we're going to have to go into the outro here. Hope you enjoyed the show. We ended up not having a show that was a little bit shorter than we thought that we would.
No, we
It was
had
just on time, 2
a
hours
lot
and
of
15
a lot
minutes.
of things, but I think it was fun. I hope you had fun during the quiz.
I like the quiz that you put together. That was a
Yeah,
good time.
it was
And I'm
fun.
glad that so many people took part in that, because I was worried about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, time for us to go.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Well, goodbye. So long, cause we really gotta go. See you next week on the Cool JDM show.
But Abs,
What up?
I got so much on my plate.
Man, relax. Let me demonstrate. Put your headphones on and start multitasking. Listen to the show while running some laps. Then stretching your calves. Then go have a bath. Then let the cat out. Then let the cat back in. Then let it back out again. Then let
Yeah,
it...
we can move on from the cat thing, Abs. I get it.
Oh, really? Then get this, Mr. Smartass. You can also listen while attending an art class.
Damn, Abs, you did it again.
Yeah. Just don't forget to tell a friend. The Cool JDM show, the coolest around. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell the whole damn town. Tell the doctor, tell the nurse, tell the secretary, tell the librarian in the library. Tell the cop trying to give you a speeding ticket.
Officer, the Cool JDM show, don't miss
To
it.
which you'll reply, you're free to go, cause that podcast is so unbelievable.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna tell everyone that I know.
So tune in to the Cool JDM show.